think how to describe it, but it's like sometimes it just goes and it's like you go through it and everything goes kind of smooth and clean and you're through it and you come out the other side and things are okay. Sometimes you come out the other side and you're still kind of out of your mind, and and that's when you end up getting drunk and throwing up or something. It's just it's hard to explain. The music really takes over for us. And it's like once the first note happens, then it's just the whole, everything changes. It's a slow thing that starts happening like right about now, and slowly from now until the time that we play, it's just like a personality change almost that happens, and I don't remember much like when we play. It's like it's always like this really like a blur, like it's just kind of one continuous thing. I'll remember something that happened like 4 days ago, like this morning or something. Oh yeah, I got something, like if something's wrong with one of my equipment or something, I won't remember it until like days later. It's just like I'm used to it, but it has its drawbacks. Sometimes it can be dangerous because people thing is our music is so personal, and we try to bring out things that are so deep that it kind of takes over the situation. And sometimes people think that it's like like a performance or something, or that it's an act, and so they want to play around with you and laugh at you and point at you and shit like that. And that's when things get bad, because that's like I personally I can't handle that. I can't handle that if I'm up there and I'm really like putting everything out, and just being very like, this is inside of me turned inside out, and if I'm ridiculed in that moment, I find myself being like really sensitive, I want to fucking kill people really bad, and that's when I'll have a bad night. So it's just kind of but there's really no other way for us to do it. It's just the way it is. It's like we play hard, we always play hard. Once the show is on and the music starts, then it just kind of takes over. Members of the hardcore punk scene in our area for 18, 19 years, and to us when we started, we were just doing our own version of hardcore or dirge, but to me, like, all the labels and the scenes really get in the way. I don't know what punk is. Some people would say crass, some people would say rancid. I don't know. To me, we're just a band. It's just rock and roll, basically. Experimental. But we're totally a part of the punk scene, or whatever that scene is. That's just the people that we've grown up with and where we live and what we do,
Are you lost? Yes. Because we don't know when we will die, we get to think of life as an inexhaustible well. Yet everything happens only a certain number of times, and a very small number of them. How many more times will you remember a certain afternoon in your childhood? Some afternoon is so deeply a part of your being that you can't even conceive your life without it. Perhaps 4 or 5 times more. Perhaps not even that. How many more times will you watch the full moon rise? Perhaps 20. And yet it all seems limitless. Are you lost?
Came out, people didn't know what they thought of it. It wasn't anything like what the punks thought was punk or the metalheads thought was metal, you know. Word is Law, the one that people point to as being like some sort of super punk rock record. At the time, everybody hated it. They thought it sounded like Lynyrd Skynyrd or something to people. They didn't know what we were doing, you know. So it's like things change, you know, over time, and people's perceptions of what is what. I don't fucking care. We just want to make music, you know. We want to be free to make the music we want to, and we don't want somebody saying, oh, you know, you did this, so therefore you're not punk or whatever. And that's kind of what happened to us a long time ago with Maximum Rock and Roll and stuff. And, you know, I mean, Maximum Rock and Roll, like people we know, right? Friends of ours, people we've known for years, and they all of a sudden decided that we weren't allowed to be in their magazine anymore because of the music we were playing, you know. So right about that point, we pretty much felt like, well, you know, fuck off, then we'll go do our own thing. And so we tour with whoever, you know. We tour with Breach or we'll tour with Pantera. You know, we've done so many small shows. I had so much contact. I mean, I don't need it really anymore, honestly. And I've had so many bad experiences with people who are just rude, or they stick their finger in your guitar or spit on you or whatever. You know, that it's like sometimes a barrier in security is just fine with me. I think it's up to the band to go out and talk to people if they want to talk to people, you know. So we always do that. We're not too hard to find. We're usually hanging out.